The one thing about recording video with your iPhone is you always want to turn down the exposure just a little bit. All right, today is going to be all game because I got something fast for you. I just blanked my machine, so I'm reinstalling everything. I got nothing. There'll be no edits. This is just live. I had a great conversation today with my buddy, and we were talking about, the situation where he is in his business. And I think it very much parallels to where we are as content creators oftentimes. There is this idea where like the fire is there, the want is there, the desire is there. Lack of desire is not always the problem. A lot of times it's sort of trying to find that lane, or in this particular case, trying to find the system that will allow you to create what you want to create, but still maintain a level of sustainability and responsibility. Now, in many of your guys' cases will match my buddy, okay? So he wants to do this content creator thing, and reality is not even from a vanity standpoint. It is legit from a want to help people standpoint. And I like this. Those are the people I help. If you just want to be a lot of subs and subscribers for vanity, I'm probably not the coach for you. I would tell you that right now. I will even go as far as say you might as well unsubscribe because I don't spit that kind of nonsense game. I really am out here to help out the people that want to help out people. And I know my buddy long enough. We've been friends for well over a decade. I know for a fact that he's really about helping folks. So he had an opportunity recently to travel and sort of test out this theory and test out his workshop and his plan and the type of things that he can do in order to help other people. And he came back with that look in his eye, like, yes, this is exactly what I want to do. So how do you go from having a full-time business, AKA full-time job, and then get into doing this where you could be not only the most impactful, but true to yourself? And we came up with a game plan. And this is a game plan I think a lot of people should follow. Now, of course, I'm always telling those of you who can, in the beginning, you want to create as much as possible. But obviously, if you have a full-time, or you're dealing with some family stuff or whatever your case may be, you might not have that opportunity. So I said, what we're going to do right here is go back, way back. No, I'm joking. What we're going to do is carve out initially, we're going to carve out 1 day a week. We're going to turn that job into a 4-day-a-week job. As the owner of the company has that luxury. You might not have that luxury, but stick around. We're still going to make it work. And I said, your clients are so wrapped into you. You're literally one of the best in the business in our area at that game. So they're not going anywhere. Matter of fact, they'll probably support you in the decision because most of your clients probably think you overwork unless they're just a-holes. And second of all, you're going to block this out on a calendar to where no one can make appointments on that time. That time, that day you take off is specifically to work on the altruism side of the craft. Because the creator part has wired, is a actual creator. Like, and I don't mean from like a YouTube standpoint, but like his business is actually creating. So the creator party has wired, but it's getting that momentum to turn it into the type of thing where you can actually leave an impact and leave a legacy for my nephews so that they will grow up and be like, yo, my dad was a real G, right? And so with the amount of work that's going on right now, he says, I probably can't pull out a whole day a week just yet. And I was like, bet, here's what we're going to do. In the next week, we're going to take a day and make it a half a day, like Guamanian, half a day. If you understand that, let me know in the comments. So he's going to take 1 day a week. And I told him to pick Thursday because, well, that's my day off. But now the summertime is over. That's not my thing. I said, just take 1 day a week. We're going to turn it into a half a day. And for a half a day, you're going to work full-heartedly on the altruism side of the business. And then you're going to crank that up a little bit at a time until where you could turn it into a whole day. And our goal was to get 80-20 in doing the altruism work, the stuff that you want to do. For you guys who are, just trying to create a channel, maybe you're crafting or something, you're going to try to get to 20% of your workload is doing this YouTube business, and the other 80% will be what you're normally going to do. Okay. And then once you get to that 80% and you've proven your concept and you know that it's working and you're catching your grind, you could crank it up a little bit and you're going to become 70-30. And eventually you're going to get to 50-50. And once you get to 50-50, you have full on providence that you could do what it is that you want to do in order to become a full-time creator. And like I said the other day in the video, the brain loves evidence. But if you're scared and you're dabbling and you're not even willing to give it that extra 20% work a week, you can't give your brain the evidence that it takes to prove that you can do this. So your brain will go into protection mode and try to protect you. So every time you decide that you want to create something, your brain will come up with excuses, procrastination. I don't have the right gear. I don't look right. I'm fat. My teeth funny. Some kind of craziness going to come up and it's going to block you. That is your brain trying to protect you from yourself. The analogy that I gave him is if one of his boys fell off the slide and bust the knee, his other half, now this is not a man-woman thing, so don't come at me in the comments. This is how it works. You have one parent that'll be like, oh my God, my babies, and the other parent will be like, oh, it's just a scuff, get up. I'm running around with third-degree burns, and my mom was the one that like, it's just a scuff, get up, and my dad was the one that was like, hey, let's take this junior to the hospital. But, and I was like, in that same vein, that is what your brain is doing when you're trying to create this content. One half of your brain is trying to protect you, and it's saying, no, take another client, do another job, do the things that you want. But it's not giving you that creative freedom to get out and do the thing that you really need to do. Sometimes the passion is so deep, you actually need to do it. Me, when it comes to content creating, I need to do this. It is not a game for me. This is real. I have to do this. If I don't do this, my head goes crazy. Deranged. It's so crazy. Deranged. So I'm thinking for you guys, if you're in the same boat, you could take on a similar process, set yourself up, and it might take some time to get there. You don't have to pull this trigger right away. But if you can get yourself to where you're doing 20% of your workload a week working on this and the other 80% working on the stuff that you quote unquote have to do, you're good to go. Now, let's say your full-time job just doesn't even allow you to do this. Guess what? You got to do 120. And sometimes you got to do 120. When you was trying to get connected with that other half you got, you put in the work. When you was first dating and you was putting in all the extra work and buying flowers and texting 3-4 times a day or calling, we from the old school, calling or sending letters. Some of y'all real old, Paul, like you put in that extra work. When you're trying to get something that you really want, you really do want to put in the extra work. And I'm not telling you to run yourself into the ground, but I'm telling you, you have that extra 20% in you in order to get what you got to go. So you got to get real serious and make an agreement with yourself that we're going to try this. And I was like, the cool part is, you remember my thing about the temporal moments? He don't got to wait to the beginning of the year to try this. It's something he could try right now. Start blocking off a day that your clients cannot get a hold of you. And you put in the bottom of your email, I got an email today from Pat Flynn. And in the bottom of the email, it says, Flynn Industries is on a 4-day work week. We are available Monday through Thursday. If you try to contact us on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we will get back to you as soon as we can next week. Pat Flynn is the genius at this stuff. And if that man is willing to take his company to a 4-day week, most of you guys, especially you entrepreneurs, many of you can take your business to a 4-day week. What that's going to do is make you more responsible and more functional during your 4 days because you took a day away. Just like the way you work your butt off right before you go on vacation. You know it's you. Because I'm finna go on vacation. You know what I'm doing in here? Working my butt off. Ha! I don't know who needed to hear this. Well, except for my boy. But if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. You got questions, comments, feedback, ideas, anything you want to add to this, reach out to me. Now, quick channel update. November, coming up shortly. At Halloween, I would have finished my 365. November is going to become Notion November. I dabble. I ain't that good, but I play. But about to get serious because Notion just came out with some new stuff. Notion 3.0 is on the horizon, and it's finally at a level where it could do some things. So if you down, holler in the comments below. Let me know you want to be on the Notion November list. I will put you on this link for this page that we're creating. It's kind of like a live wiki where we can get down, but the channel is going to turn into like a Notion space for the whole month of November because I got work to do. You know what I like to do when my brain need to do something? I challenge myself. I'm that crazy. I'm challenging myself to a month of Notion so I can get in there and get this joint done real quick amongst all the other work I have to do and get ready for vacation because the last 2 weeks of the month, last 2 weeks of the year, I don't even speak English. I speak Japanese only. I will be out of the country. I'm on my way to Japan. Super excited about that. Now, if you like this video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video that I think you should watch. And sorry, this is the part where I just kind of blabber because the machine is editing or reinstalling, so I can't edit this. I got to post this video raw, naked, straight to the YouTube. So somewhere over here, there'll be a video you should check out. Thanks for checking it out. Holla!